Hey, here we are. Happy Lonely Friday night, everybody. We are back. Welcome to the loneliest show on the internet. Welcome to Sam Roberts Now. And I mean, what a show. You had to know that Friday the 13th was not going to come and go without some Sam Roberts in your life. So welcome. I'm glad that you're here. And of course, because it is the loneliest night of the week, we have to hear from, there he is, the literal biggest disappointment in the history of broadcasting. Let me give you, this is who I deal with on an everyday. There he is. You'll see it in the corner of your screen, an empty chair.
Test.
Yeah, it works now. He was so proud of his stupid camera, even though he's only in the corner of the screen. It makes no difference. But this is his thinking. And this is what I try to tell people. And they go, oh, you're too hard on Hot Dog. No, come on. He's a nice guy. They go, he's a nice guy. I go, no one's debating whether or not he's a nice guy. The fact of the matter is he's a bonehead who makes bad decisions consistently. And they're only based on the things that he likes for himself. There's no.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, yes, let's go. Come on, what are you talking about?
He set this camera up, ladies and gentlemen. He set this camera up, days ago. The camera was ready. And nobody notices the difference. It's not, your head's not even in frame. You're out of the box. Like the camera's too low as it is.
No, it's because
this is crazy. I swear to God, and I don't want to blow myself up, okay? I'm not in the business of inflating my own ego. It's not the type of person I am. But I get emails from people. Oh, I'm graduating high school this year. I'd love to help out in whatever way I can. I don't know if you accept interns. I'd love to come. No. I've got everything taken care of. I've got Hot Dog. And then they got to turn on, and this is what they see. This is what they see. Somebody who is so focused on making sure that his camera looked good, even though whatever lighting he's got set up is reflecting back in those thick-ass glasses that he wears.
There's a huge light right next to my face.
Of course there's a huge light right next to your face. And I don't know if it's just my monitor, but it's making your whole picture look like you have a filter on you. But
let me text it to you.
The light?
Yeah.
It's just, he's taking a picture of the light now. It's just always something. It's always something. Today,
well, the studio.
Go ahead.
The Harlem studio is under construction right now.
Oh.
I just texted it to you.
You talking about Not Sam Harlem?
Not Sam Harlem is under construction, so I had to put the lights on just last minute right now.
I see. Oh my God, it's so big. It's so big. You don't have that kind of space that you would ever need that kind of light. I don't have any light nearly that big in this studio.
Yeah. The bigger it is, the softer the light when it hits you. So it looks all right. But the light's not done yet. There'll be changes. I'm moving this stuff for next week. Some stuff from Amazon hasn't arrived yet.
What do you have from Amazon that's coming? What are you, and by the way, I swear to God, you watch any of these other, this is what makes this show so awesome. And that, I'm not bluffing when I talk about how lonely the show is. Every other show, the producer / the right-hand man, the guy, I don't want to even downgrade Hot Dog's position. What does Hot Dog do for you? He's my guy. Everybody else that has a guy, did you turn the light off? You just went dark.
It went dark for a second. I'm opening something up.
You're completely shadowed on one side of your face now. Every other person, they go like, oh, I have some ideas for the studio. We could put this in. We could put this lighting in. I go, oh, you're talking about my studio here. No. I mean, my apartment where I zoom in from. Mine. I'm talking about the camera that'll be on me. I've got some improvements for my picture. And I'm
Sam, I need you to know, I did it for me. Everything that I do for me.
He really is Walter White. I felt alive.
To be fair,
that's Hot Dog. That's Hot Dog on the way home from every gig. I was good at it.
Oh, I mean, haven't I been jerking off, sending you B-roll of no, okay, hold on,
What? No. What? I gotta check these. You've been what?
I've been pumped for the B-roll that I did for myself this entire week. So you know what it's
He's
about.
sending me updates on his gigs as if I care. And he knows I don't care. He's laughing because he knows, why would I care? He's sending me updates. Oh, I'm working freelance for this other place and here's some B-roll. I go, what is this? Okay. Like, all right, what does this do for the bigger picture? No.
It's a
dope B-roll though, right?
This is what I can do for you. This is what I could bring.
Let's do it then. Who's stopping you? Like, you don't have to prove yourself. You're already the guy.
I'm auditioning for
you already have the job. Oh. You must be excited about that new phone you're getting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, despite you and Travis harassing me,
I was literally
doing what you always do.
I swear to you, I was sitting on the couch. The kids were at school. I was playing Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I was giggling uncontrollably because Hot Dog, I decided, so the iPhones get released today. And my first thought was, well, I got the 15. Maybe I'll upgrade to the 16. And, I'll get that little button on the side, the little camera button, and I'll get the better video and the better photos and everything. Why not? Who cares? You only live once.
The button now has a scroll.
Yeah. Yeah. The little camera button, it's a new button. It's entirely new. And I go, yeah, maybe I get that new one. And I go onto my thing and it's like, yeah, you can get a $1,000 bill credit if you trade in your old phone. I was like, okay, great. I'll do that. And they go, but you have to pay $1,000 to pay off your old phone. And I was like, well, I'm not.
You still have $1,000 in the balance.
Right. So I'm not.
Year.
Yeah. So I'm not coming out of pocket $1,000 to get a fucking camera button. I already take pictures. It's fine. Like, I'm not, I very quickly was like,
Sammy 3 jobs over here doesn't got the means, I guess.
No, that's right. It's because I'm broke. I thought it was not going to be that. I'm broke. What can I Matter of fact, if you could super chat in tonight, as always on Sam Roberts Now, every super chat gets acknowledged, and I'm broke.
Please,
clearly,
let's help this guy out.
Oh, Hot Dog is trying to get his licks in now. Because he attempted to flex. So we're in a group chat. It's me and Hot Dog and Travis. And it's a very active group chat. And it actually is quite lit. And Hot Dog, Travis goes, well, I ordered mine. Because I get, he's in a different situation than I am. He's got money. This is Travis, So he gets his phone and then he pressures Hot Dog into getting one so that the two of them can flex on me.
Hold on. No one pressured me to get anything. I was looking at it.
Greg Schmidt said it best. I looked at the phone and I said, how much is it? They said $350. I said, $350. Yeah. No.
Because I'm 2 years behind.
And that's
you guys
fair.
have the 15.
You had the 14 or the 13?
I have the 14.
That's a fine. Yeah, you still got a lightning connector. The fact that you don't have a USB-C on your phone, I said, of course you should upgrade. It's not even like, oh, don't do it in flex. I don't, obviously you should upgrade. It's time. If I was 2 years in, it'd be a no-brainer.
Yes.
And so he sends his receipt, which I would show on the screen, except it's got his phone number on it. And I felt, I mean, good guy. Good guy. Give me my credit for that.
It out.
I could have
a little scribble.
Yeah. But he sends it over, right? And of course, every time Travis and I instantly start dissecting his receipt.
Bullshit. That's bullshit.
Every single time we instantly just start we put our glasses on. We start looking at every little detail to go what did he screw up? Because he screwed something up. He's not going to get it. He thinks he's got the win. He's not getting the win. So
my mistake was just giving you the whole raw screenshot.
Every time.
That was
of course, because you don't think. You're a nice guy. You're a little naive. You go, no, I'm sure it'll be fine. You don't even consider that we're going to go through and find the details and that you did screw up. That's the best part of it. You never see it coming. And even if you did read through it, you'd be like, nope, I am very confident with this, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing I do is I look at it and I go, you got the white one? Who gets the white?
Already complaining.
You got
I was like,
instantly. You got the white one? It's the Pro. It's got all these cuts. It's got the midnight black. It's got, what did I have here? I think this is the titanium or so. I don't know what this is.
A bunch of gimmicks.
And you got the white. Who gets the white?
I like white.
To match those teeth.
I had, what did I have? Let me see what color I have for this one. Which, by the way, you'll never tell. You're never going to be able to tell because as soon as you throw the case on.
Yeah, well,
so I don't even remember.
Well, real ones don't use cases, by the way.
Oh, you go raw? You're doing it raw,
bro. I've been going raw dog for the last year.
Turquoise, I guess. Whatever the fuck it is.
That is not what that color is. That's a midnight blue. Turquoise is not. Turquoise is like
turquoise is light.
The Notsam Wrestling color, like the background, like that greeny light, like tropical blue. It's like a turquoise.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, I got this one.
That's much nicer. White.
You would once it's in the case, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So I
but you still
thought about it for 2 seconds. Yeah, I picked it.
Okay.
I think the default was like the boring looking titanium. I was like, let me just pick white.
Yeah, let me keep it spicy. So it goes, okay, there's be case on it. This guy still, it's the lamest thing.
But it's an insight into Sam and Travis that they'll find before they found everything else. They were like, why? They had no idea that there was anything else to it, but they were going to find something regardless.
And how long did it take for me to point out that you picked the white one?
2 seconds.
2 seconds, instantly. And then Travis goes, go back to the receipt. He goes, Sam, look at the storage he picked. And I go, oh, okay, great. And I click on the thing and it says, wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear this. It says, I just gagged a little bit.
Oh,
it says 128 gigs. I went, oh my God. Who knew that was even an option anymore? You got an iPhone Pro with 128 gigs on it. If I took my parents shopping for a new iPhone, I'd go, yeah, you want to go at least 256. I mean, 128 is that.
Stop.
You want to go at least 256 because you're easily going to be in a scenario. You think it's a lot, but you're going to be in a scenario where you get the message in 2024. The idea that an alert would come up that says your storage is full. I mean, seriously? An alert coming up that says your storage is full is even more embarrassing than the time we were watching Peacock. And Michael Cole said, for our Peacock premium subscribers, we're going to look at how we got to this match. And an ad came up. And I went, oh my God. Hot dog.
You got exposed by Michael Cole.
He was, and I looked up and Hot Dog's already sweating. Because he knows, oh no, we're in my login. He's going to find out I'm on the ad tier.
And it doesn't bother me. I started sweating because I
knew. The point is you knew before I said anything. Whether it bothered you or not, you knew. You were a broke fuck for having the ad tier.
These are two different situations.
You
are
knew.
Missing some content. You're missing content by having the free Peacock account.
Greg says 128 gigs. Sir, we would need a custom build for one that small. Yeah. Hot Dog is going to get like when you deck out your laptop and it's going to take an extra 4 weeks because they have to literally build it from scratch in the studio. I mean, in the factory. That's what Hot Dog is going to have to do for this iPhone. They're like, do we even have any of those old? Is there any 128 gig flash storage even left? I mean, do we?
I defended it.
No, and first of all, you didn't. You should see the way Hot Dog defended this thing. He goes, why? Everything's in the cloud. I go, yeah, still, like before it gets to the cloud, you need some space. No, he goes, nobody uses all that space. I sent him the thing because I said this, and Travis was right with me. There's 4 storage things, right? 256 is for your parents or your non-technical wife, right? If your wife doesn't like technology or your parents who technology has passed them by, you get them the 256. If you're a human being, you get the 512. That's what you get if you're a person. And if you're gullible, you get the terabyte. These are the tiers. I don't even know who gets the 128. I don't even know why that's there anymore.
You just met him. You just met the guy.
It was crazy when I saw it. I said, I don't even have a category for this. I thought it was just there to be like, I mean, I guess that I honestly thought the 128 gig was there just so they could say starting at, when everybody knows that's not the price, because nobody would ever get that phone.
Starting at $999, baby. Come on. It was a perfect fit.
And you're like, yep, I'll take the $999 model. They're like, you'll take the what? We don't have any of those. What do you mean you'll take the $999 model? No.
Correct. Actually, we made two of them. Just in case.
I guess we can give you the floor model. I didn't. We don't have any.
We'll give you the one that's like usually on the shelf at T-Mobile. Really
It's gonna set off the alarm when we unplug it. But
no, I mean, look.
And then he goes like this. He goes like, nobody uses that much storage. So I send him a screen grab of the storage that I'm using, and I'm using something like close to 300 gigs, just randomly. Obviously, I have a big iCloud account. Obviously,
a lot of bullshit. I mean, I can't imagine 300 and something gigabytes on your phone. What are you shooting? Shooting red?
It's first of all, you just bought a phone specifically that shoots high res. That's literally what they're selling it on. But I mean, it's in the photos before they go up. It's in the text. I don't delete the text messages. I have them there for me. I don't delete
text.
Obviously, you don't get a lot of them.
I got 20 gigs.
Which isn't a shock.
I got 20 gigs worth of text messages.
All right. I'll tell you right now.
Okay. 20 gigs. Let's see who's more popping.
Oh, okay. All right. You want to play this game? Okay. Wait a minute. I'll just go to the screen grab. I'd go to the screen grab. That'll be quicker. Oh, boy. That's a big red thing for text messages. Okay. Let me go back into, it's in, where is it? General, right? iPhone storage.
Yes.
Oh, wow. It's way more than I thought. 300. I have 185 gigs in text messages.
I must have reset mine when I switched over to 14. You know what that is? Like, I have it so it deletes every year.
I'll bet you do. Maybe every decade.
Yeah. No, look,
and then Hot Dog sends a screen grab to prove that all you need is 128 gigs. And on the phone that he already has, it's got 101 gigs filled. There's literally only 27 gigs of space left, and the operating system is going to take more gigs.
I only need enough gigs to take me to the next 2 years. And then
you think in 2 years, you're only going to need an additional 20 gigs.
I'll clear up some space. I'll clear up like 30
photos,
gigs.
The whole thing, it's got like a 48 megapixel camera or something on it. Plus, it takes like 9 photos for every photo. These photos are huge now.
I don't even know if I shoot in 4K with this thing. I probably have it set
you
to,
don't shoot in 4K with that. It's 2 years old.
Well, there you go. Okay. I don't need to.
The file sizes are way bigger.
I don't need to. I'm not making movies with this thing.
So why'd you get the new one?
I got the new one because one, it's been 2 years, so I felt like I deserved a little treat. I still have the lightning.
By the way, a very little treat, but go on.
I still have the lightning port, so I wanted to get rid of that. That's one less cable to take care of, to manage. And then the battery life, it's not bad. The battery life is still good.
It'll probably be better battery life, I would imagine. But then
that's enough.
Then
and it's on the house.
Then even after we were just blasting him for the 128 gigs thing, he was getting blasted. And I think he thought it was done. And for whatever reason, I think God told me to do it. I think this was divine intervention.
Go back to the screenshot.
I scroll way back up the text.
I wonder that. I was did he scroll way back up? Just
because I didn't save it. This is why I don't delete text messages. You never know. So I scrolled way back up the text and I start zooming in and I'm just scanning through everything on this receipt. I go, there's got to be more here. Because you know what? Because you said, here's what it was. You said, anyway, let's make fun of Sam for being broke. And I took that personally.
That's all I needed.
So I scanned up and I started going through and I went, wait a minute. Wait just a fucking minute right here. I go, this says iPhone Pro. And I'm like zooming in and out. I'm like, is there a dot? Is there an ellipses somewhere that I'm missing? Is there something else here? And I couldn't find it. because I didn't want to accuse you of it and be wrong.
Right. You gonna bring a case?
I go,
you better be right.
I'm looking everywhere. It doesn't say Max anywhere. It says iPhone Pro. It doesn't say iPhone Pro Max. The Max has the biggest screen there is on these smartphones. It got like 6.9-inch screen. The iPhone Pro.
You're just being a coastal elite.
Coastal
liberal elite.
Coastal. I was about to correct you on that.
But because now there's the Pro and there's the Max. I would guarantee you, if you look at the stats, it's at least 50-50, or maybe more people have the Pro than they have the Pro Max. Because you do not need the Pro Max.
I guarantee
the Pro Max.
I guarantee you more Pro Maxes sell, way more Pro Maxes sell than Pros. Once you've made that investment to be like, I'd like the smaller screen size, that's not happening. People associate the smaller screen size with the old iPhone. Nobody upgrades and goes, I'd like my screen to be smaller and I'd like less storage. That's what you did.
I literally want my screen to be smaller and I want less storage.
Yeah, what are you talking about? What are you talking
about? Literally what I want. There are dozens of us. Literally.
There's not. There's one. There's one single individual person that goes into a phone store and goes, I'd like less storage and a smaller screen. They're like, what? Do you want a time machine? You want to go back a decade? What are you talking about?
Let me see. Let me see how much iCloud storage I have.
Is there any way to take the camera flash off the phone? Is there a way that I could? There's too many features on this thing.
Uh-oh. And there goes my leg.
Oh my God.
No, it'll come back.
Lights off. You're a disaster.
Well, okay. By the
way, if you can find your evidence, I'm being accused here of talking out of my whole ass, which I'm going to tell you right now. If on day one, I'm not saying you go into a store, it's time to get a new phone. If on day one, if you're going on release day, I'm going to sit in the dark in this dark room and I'm going to order the new iPhone. I'm going to pre-order it so that a week from now, when it actually releases, I'll be the very first to get it. And the first iPhone that you get has less storage than the phone that you have now. Literally 50% of the storage that you have in the phone you have now. And it's a Pro, not a Pro Max, and it's white. Oh,
well, because it proves to me that I don't need that much space. I had a carryover of all the data that I had from my iPhone 8 that I had for years. So I'm like, okay, I have 120, or no, I had 100 gigabytes used in all of these years. Let me just make some room and I'll be fine with this.
Why are you making room?
Because I have storage. I thought I had a terabyte iCloud. I have 200 gigabytes, but still.
That's a fifth. That's a fifth of what you thought you had. 200 gigabytes is so much less.
I have 9,000 photos. I pulled it up. I have 9,000 photos and 2,500
You're gonna run
videos.
out of space, dude.
How much do I have? I have 29 gigabytes left in my.
So you have 29 gigs left. You think it's a lot?
It'll take me to 2026.
29 gigs will take you to 2026.
Absolutely.
You take pictures all the time. What are you talking about? You work.
I take photos. I have a professional camera. I take photos there. I have my own storage facility.
Yeah, but you won't have any of those photos on your phone?
Yeah, there's photos that I need to,
you're going to have
send
to,
over.
Every time you take photos, you're going to have to bring them onto your computer, decrease the resolution, then import them to your phone.
No, it'll be fine because it's been fine for years. It's been perfectly fine for years. I'm not going to go.
Why is it so dark?
Because my light overheated. I think it's too warm in this room. I'm gonna wait until the next. I'm gonna wait until this, this end, and then I'm gonna go fix my light. But I would like to make my case that I am very efficient when it comes to gigabytes. It'll be fine. You don't need a big screen. If you have a big screen, then all of a sudden you have that big.
You're losing your autofocus. You completely lost your autofocus. There it is.
It's because it's dark here now. So
that's right. The camera can't. Your phone was picking up all the lights. Oh my God, dude.
So if you have a Max in your pocket, it looks ridiculous because you get that big ass imprint.
You've noticed that on people that everybody with the full size iPhone looks
too big.
They all look ridiculous.
Yeah, you want something comfier. You want something smaller.
Well, how tight are your pants?
That's just me.
Bro, how tight are your pants?
I'm Dominican. They're all tight. They're super tight.
Dominicans wear super tight pants?
Yeah, that's a thing. Super tight clothes.
Your clothes weren't your clothes weren't designed to be super tight.
No. I know we're past the skinny jeans era. Trust me, I'm aware, but I'm still not getting the Max. I don't want a big phone in my pocket.
Yeah.
I'm not watching an IMAX movie thing. I'm watching YouTube. I'm watching Twitter. I'm watching IG stories. This is fine.
You're not watching
fine. Why do you need so much?
You're not watching shit. You know why? Because your phone's gonna freeze up because it's full.
That's not how it works. I can go on Instagram, Sam.
If your phone is full of storage, it'll 100% freeze up because the memory it won't have any cache. There's no cache. You filled up the cache.
It's cache, idiot.
No, it isn't. No, it's not. Cache. No, it isn't. You idiot. Cache is something that a person has a certain cache. That's like an aura almost. Cache is what the temporary storage that allows you to free up memory.
Hold on.
I'm pulling up. Moron. That's sitting in the dark. That's sitting in the dark room looking like you're developing photographs.
Hold on. I'm going to listen to this video that's going to tell me how to pronounce cache.
Okay.
Hold on.
Like CACHE. Not with the accent.
Okay. Cache.
It's cash. Nobody have you ever heard anybody go like free up some cash?
This guy said.
You gotta free. The problem with your computer is you need to free up some cash. What?
Is cash pronounced cash or cache?
What did they say? I can't hear it.
Okay, all right, King, fine. It's cash. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Now let me turn on my light.
Turn on the light. Maybe just turn on the room light. Just give
up. No. I'm not quitting this.
Okay. Turn it on. I'll wait.
Right.
I'll wait.
Okay, let's see.
I can't believe this is an all-timer for Hot Dog.
Oh, there we go.
Oh man, it looks good. I mean, listen, it looks good.
All right. Okay.
Nobody's denying this. It looks good.
Okay. It's a tight squeeze.
It looks good. It's just everything you do has a certain logic, but you look past how impractical it is. That is a slow autofocus.
It's my old DSLR.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Apparently, it's gonna happen again because apparently it didn't turn off. It just went on standby. So I'm gonna have to fix that. It's my photo light. It's not my video light. It's a work in progress.
Yeah. No. It's all.
Someone said turn the light back on.
Somebody said, "B Herb, I'm gonna put up your super chat right now." Is Sam interviewing an anonymous whistleblower?
Yeah, I prefer the Pro. I meant to order that iPhone. It's the iPhone that I intended to order.
Oh man, I mean, look,
I'll have the 16 next week. I'll have the 16. You won't.
Honestly, I would far prefer to have my phone than the phone you're getting.
You're gonna wait until you see me scrolling.
What are you gonna be scrolling with? You won't be able to take any pictures because you won't have any memory.
I'll take photos on my professional camera.
Exactly.
And I will scroll through Instagram and Facebook and do what I do on my phone. That is not what I have a phone for necessarily.
Then why'd you get it? Why'd you even get a Pro?
Because it was on the house, Sam.
Why didn't you get a regular? Why didn't you get a standard iPhone?
What do you mean? They have the regular ones? I could have.
Yes. This is, by the way, all you stupid tech channels out there, this is way better. Okay, this is the greatest. Yes, of course they do. There's the iPhone 6. You think they just call it a Pro? There's the
I didn't question that earlier today.
I'm gonna be 100% with you right now. There's the iPhone 16, the iPhone 16 Max, the iPhone 16 Pro, and the iPhone 16 Pro Max.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Why wouldn't you just get the iPhone?
There was not that much thought put into it. And I'm not too sure that if I click, you know how it has the options 126 on 250, whatever. I'm not too sure that if I clicked 250, that it would have raised the price. It probably wouldn't have. It probably still would have been on the house. I didn't even bother clicking on it.
You didn't even know there was you're not going to use any of the Pro features, you're saying, because you have somehow designed an iPhone Pro that is incapable of handling the features of the iPhone Pro, but you did not just get a standard iPhone.
Let's see. Okay, all right. So I got this text message today.
Look up the iPhone 16. It's in different colors, too. You probably would have liked the colors better.
I don't care about the colors, dude. What colors for? I got a case.
You could have got a blue one.
I don't care. And okay, so this is the text that I
mean,
got.
And by the way, Blob More Chairs is pointing out, you don't need the iPhone. You have your own personal cameraman. Yeah, but this is what I have to depend on with my personal cameraman.
Okay, so I got this text today, and one of those automated, sales texts. Verizon iPhone 16 Pro is coming. Upgrade to the new iPhone 16 Pro, 128 gigabytes on us when you trade in a qualifying iPhone. I got a link. I clicked the link. I hit add to cart. I switched it to white. I didn't look at the options. I wasn't curious. I didn't care. And then it said on us. Okay, let me make sure. Free. Cool. Purchase. That's it. No headaches. No looking through settings. It'll be better than this.
Probably not.
So let's get it.
Probably not.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Probably not. It's got half the storage and a smaller screen. It probably won't be better.
I'm not here to get the biggest iPhone of all time, 27-inch iPhone over here. I'm just trying to get a modest.
If you want a shitty phone, you could have just bought a shitty phone and sold the iPhone that you have and actually made money.
Say that again.
If you want a shitty phone, instead of Verizon saying, hey, it's on us. But number one, it's only on them if you stay for the entire length of the contract, because it's still a 36-month deal. If you get out before the 36 months is over, they're like, oh, it's not on us anymore. You have to pay the balance.
Interesting.
See, that's why it says it would be $30 a month or whatever, but it'll be $0 for you. But if you go okay, 12 months from now, I'm going to upgrade to the next iPhone. They're like, okay, well, then you can pay off the last 6 months.
Okay.
Number two,
interesting.
iPhones hold a certain amount of value. That's why they ask you to trade it in. Right? So if you wanted a phone that was shitty, you could have paid less money for the phone and then sold that phone that you had. There are places that specialize in just selling the phone. So
I would have gotten more than how much would I got for this?
I don't know. You could have to look that up. I'm not your fucking guidance counselor.
Apparently you are, Mr.
Mr.
Shitty
what?
Phone over here. Mr. Shitty Phone over here for getting the U16 Pro, not a regular Pro. Mid-range, I would say. A nice mid-range upgrade.
Who's ever said that? I'm looking for a nice mid-range upgrade. Yes, I'd like to whatever of all the new phones, if you could give me the one that would become obsolete the quickest, I'd like that one, please. We have this tiny iPhone with very little storage, but it's still an iPhone Pro, so it's kind of expensive. Yes, that sounds perfect.
Is it mid-range?
Oh, I mean, look, I'm sorry I had to come at you so strong, but honestly, Shannon Sharpe has changed the game on internet content in just this massive way, and it's making me sweat. It was one thing when it was this guy decides to step away from podcast, or to step away from, sports broadcasting, traditional television broadcasting, and do podcasting, and just instantly is amazing at it, and is coming out with just gem after gem after gem, and drops that Cat Williams interview and lets everybody know I'm now the pace car in this podcast game. And it's
he's like the Oprah right now podcast.
Right.
Oh, the Shannon Sharpe interview. Did you see that?
Right. You got to see who Ankh is talking to every time. What I didn't expect, because but then I would go like this. Okay, well, he's probably good at that, but we do Sam Roberts Now live. I doubt that Shannon Sharpe is that great on a live. Like
anything can happen.
Yeah, exactly. No safety net here. What can Shannon Sharpe do on a live that would get the whole world talking? And he said, "Hold my beer." And I went, "Oh wow, this is quite a compelling. It's quite a compelling Instagram live that we're watching here." I mean,
are we playing it?
No, I'm not gonna play it.
Copyright, you think?
I don't want to get struck by Ocho Cinco. I think he now owns it. But yes, Shannon Sharpe's Instagram, Big Ankh, his Instagram went live, and of course, the sounds of fornication rang through. Unmistakable. Didn't see anything. Camera was clearly, it looked as though it was not intended to be on, pointed up to the ceiling or whatever. That's what you heard. And I mean, just these moans of absolute pleasure, the likes of which, I'm going to tell you the truth, I've never heard another person make in my presence. I've never heard anything like that before.
Sounds of ecstasy.
Absolute ecstasy. And I'm going like this. I'm watching the highlights on Twitter because I missed the Instagram live.
The highlights.
Right, the highlights. And I go, it's a 90-second video. They probably only need, half of it? That's how long I would need, 45 seconds. Like, if I go on Instagram Live, it's not going to take long.
They must have included the foreplay and then the aftermath.
That's right, 90 seconds. What, do you also have the cigarette after? I mean, this is a long video. Little did I know. Multiple videos. Multiple.
All right.
Part one. Part two. I mean, this was
just dropped.
Yeah, this is George Lucas. I mean, this is a Shannon Sharpe sexual cinematic universe. It's just video after video after video. And finally, I mean, this guy, he growls when he's done. Did you know that? He growls when he's done.
Oh, that was the highlight. That was the highlight of the highlights.
I mean, incredible. And
that doesn't even do it justice.
No, you can't. No. You can't formulate that level of masculinity. I couldn't either.
No.
And then the Instagram story goes up, and he goes, "I want you to know, be on the lookout, because I was hacked." And I'm like, okay. Literally, this woman, who I guess we now know is Michelle. Michelle, who people have been trying.
Not Michelle Beadle.
Not Michelle Beadle. Has she made that clear?
She made that clear.
Okay.
She tweeted out, that wasn't me, y'all.
Okay, good. Okay. All right, because that was my first concern. Not Michelle Beadle. We have a hacker. Michelle was calling him Shannon in the video.
Uh-huh.
However, somehow this hacker, I guess, got into his account, turned it on, had a woman call him Shannon as he brought her to the heights of ecstasy.
Cloud 9.
That's right. Now, he did something very, very smart. This Shannon Sharpe, he understands content. He waited until later in the day when it was time for the Nightcap, his podcast with Chad Ochocinco, and he did take full ownership. He did say that it was indeed not a hack, which I was relieved because I thought, oh no, one of these digital hackers is out there. I got to
turning on lives. I
got to protect myself at all costs. And he explained how embarrassed he was, which I have an extremely difficult time believing because there was not one thing about that video that was embarrassing for anybody involved, especially Shannon.
No one's making fun of Shannon.
No, nobody was making fun of Shannon. And I'll tell you what, that Shannon Sharpe video, not only was there nothing for Shannon Sharpe to be embarrassed of, but R-Truth proved that he has a future in play-by-play. The observations that are, when you're just going through the chat right? Because people are chatting live as it's happening. And you start laughing. Oh, that was a funny. Ron Killings. Is that our truth?
That ain't PG, dog.
Yeah. Part of my French. But are they?
Do you have the screenshot for that? Hold on, let me see.
I mean,
pull it up.
It was something. It was something. You know, I feel some people are still looking for the conspiracy in it. Some people are still looking to see if there was any evidence of it being purposefully done. Maybe I'm gullible. Maybe I'm naive. I tend to believe Shannon Sharpe's story.
What did he say?
He said that he just threw the phone and his Instagram went on. Now, I'm assuming he was probably checking stories or he was probably on his Instagram. Because at the beginning of the video, and I have analyzed the video because I take my job seriously. I'm a professional. The phone kind of falls at the beginning of the video.
Right.
So I think it was just one of those worst case scenarios where his phone wasn't locked. He was on his Instagram and just it tapped the two things that it needed to tap. Maybe his foot hit it, something like that. And it just went on.
Now, when you click on live, does it just not give you a warning? Like if I did that.
Try it.
Let's see.
Try it and then point it to the ceiling and make the sounds of a woman achieving climax.
So let's go on live. Okay. All right. So you have to.
Yeah.
You have to click on the thing. Then you have to. No, I don't see how that's possible unless there's a shortcut. There's a lot right now that I have to do. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Checking connection. Okay. So it doesn't tell you, hey, you're going on live if you click on it.
Okay.
But you still have to do it. You still have to do a lot to get there.
You don't think that there's enough? Is there enough that you could do before the throes of intimacy begin that it would stop it?
Yeah. I'm not too sure.
Well,
unless he has a shortcut, unless he just came back from live or something like that.
He said he has never gone on live.
Then I don't see how that's possible.
He could have been checking his own stories and like tapped his own thing.
It's like 3 taps.
It's
not adding up, Sam.
Well,
I think this was PR.
He doesn't need the PR. And there are easier ways. If you're trying to prove your heterosexuality, there are easier ways to do it. You just go to a game with a woman. Like you don't have to have sex on Instagram.
Fuck someone on live.
Yeah, let's go. I guess you could.
a lot less effort.
Yeah, that's true. You just do it like we're here. Like, why go anywhere? Make sure the press is there. Let's just do this. Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, do you think this is going to open the door to people trying other things to compete? You know, the internet competition is so severe.
I mean, didn't Sexy Red flash her tits earlier this week?
Who she did, but that feels like it didn't feel like insanely out of character for Sexy Red to do that.
No, but you can get away with it's a lot easier now to get away with this stuff because a mistake, quote unquote, on live isn't going to get you in trouble. Obviously, when you could only broadcast on TV or whatever, you get in huge trouble. But now you can just do that for 20 seconds and then let the internet take off.
They did. So first he went on Nightcap with Ocho Cinco and explained the whole thing. And then like the next day, like last night, they had like an all-star list come in and roast Unk. So like this all-star list of people zoomed into the podcast so that they could roast Shannon Sharpe. I mean, they're making good content out of it. It is crazy.
Right.
To go this far for content, but they are making good content out of it. They had like Kai Cenat on there. They had everybody was on there. Godfrey was on there.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you not when something like this happens?
You have to. But that is there are a lot of people that would try, if it were truly an accident, that would try to like avoid. No, this didn't happen. Like just try to move on. And I think people do find success when they realize that they can lean in. Plus, like I said, I mean, this thing went on forever, and clearly he's a professional. And he's like in his 50s.
Also, if me or you accidentally went live,
Yeah.
bless you.
Thank you.
If me or you accidentally went live while, that was going on, people probably wouldn't notice for 3 or 4 minutes. They'd be like, oh, it's so quiet in there. And Sam must have just accidentally
That's right. Just a
turned
dark
that
room.
on. Yeah, just dark room, nothing's
Right.
happening.
And then
TV's on.
you just hear a woman go, "Is that it?" And then the phone would move, and I go, "Fuck," turn it off.
Yeah, your phone would go off, and no one would be like, "Sam, you're having sex on live." They'd be like, "Sam, did you just leave that in the dark by mistake, or it's on mute? Can you turn it on at least?"
Wouldn't that be great though? Like you go like, "Oh my God, this is gonna be so embarrassing," but people were just confused. It requires no statement whatsoever. You're like,
yeah,
all right. Well, if you guys don't have any questions, I guess no. I mean, it appeared to be the absence of anything.
Guess they couldn't tell.
No. But I'd say I don't know how many people are familiar. I feel like to me, going through the internet this week, it was Shannon Sharpe, and it was Nikocado Avocado. Do you know Nikocado? Do you know his Nikocado Avocado?
Never heard of him.
Okay,
Never met him.
I figured that might be a possibility because he's a true internet guy. Have you never seen this face before, Hot Dog?
Never.
Interesting. This is
Nice guy,
Nikocado Avocado, right? He's been on YouTube for years and years and years. Very successful mukbanger. The mukbang. Mukbang is when you eat a lot of food and people watch you eat the food.
Kind of like ASMR.
Yeah, but he doesn't do it in an ASMR way. He does it in like a I'm completely falling apart way. Like it's a crazy thing he's doing, right? Like this is his energy.
I was given a paper that says that I have them. I'm very upset that I'm having to do this all the time. Even though I chose to tell you about them, it's your fault. It's your fault. Y'all take what I say and you that one. But that's the only thing I control.
Yeah.
I've never actually been blocked by a dietitian. I say that to make people angry. Oh, no, I don't.
So he like is constantly, this guy, losing his mind, having breakdowns, and eating tons and tons of food. Now, what makes him interesting is that when he started YouTube, this is what he looked like.
Oh, wow.
When he started his mukbang journey.
The third floor is finally finished. Let me show you. Okay.
That was him. And over the years, people watched him turn into this.
Well, that's kind of depressing.
Right. Now, not only did he, gain literally hundreds of pounds.
He's fat.
But also, like, his whole life would spiral. He'd have these, like, toxic streams with people. He'd have, like, a significant other that he'd be screaming at, and they'd be fighting and breaking up. But everything also, like, when you watch these videos, everything seemed like half performance, right? Like there was never a clear indication. Like it all seemed kind of fake, but also all seemed like this is really what he was spending his time doing. So it was almost this thing.
To work or a shoot?
Well, a lot of jabroni marks had worked themselves into a shoot. You know what I mean? But but I asked Logan Paul, do you think this Nikocado thing is a work or a shoot? He goes, I don't know what the hell you just said. I don't know what those words mean. So, which by the way, him not knowing what those words mean, I think it was a work.
Oh,
that's what I'll get into that on the wrestling podcast. But I think that I think was a work.
Okay.
So he gets a ton of hate on the internet, but he also like draws in the hate, and I feel like there's a lot of, he created this character and wanted to come across as like nuts, but then kind of lost where the line was and lost who he actually was and who this character that he does on the internet was. And so all of a sudden, this weird performance meets real life, like it just gets
now this is who you are now.
Right. It just gets all blurred up and everything. Well, he let me see. Is this? Yeah. So in April, He put, and lots of people have made like long, like documentary commentary videos on him, like witnessing his journey. He's had several highlights on the road of like, oh, he hit a new low. Oh, people are really worried about this guy. Oh, this guy really needs to get help. He's obviously, he gained weight to the point that people were like, yeah, no, this isn't survivable. Like, you have to stop doing this. But people also kept watching, because what's more fascinating than a train wreck? You can't stop watching. So then he puts out this video.
I wish I would have never decided that this would be a fun way to make a living, that this would be a fun way to have a life, this would be a fun way to provide for my family. That's what it was all really about.
So he puts out this thing where he's crying. I think this video came out in April or somewhere around there, where he puts out this video of like just talking about how much he hates his life, how even a lot of the videos didn't get monetized, so he didn't even make as much money as you think that he made, because he's super successful. He's got like 3 or 4 channels, like millions and millions and millions of views across all of them, and he's made money for sure.
Okay.
And there was an uptick in downfall of Nikocado Avocado videos. And then all of a sudden, last weekend, out of nowhere, this video comes out.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. This has been the greatest social experiment
What?
of my entire life.
What?
It's alluring. It's compelling. It's gripping.
I see. I mean, are you just so over the fact that this is how we're talking? I see your face.
What is he doing? I know.
Wouldn't that be great? If somebody's like, "What are you doing? Like, what is this? What?
Let's just cut to the chase. Just tell me.
What is it? Are we going to eat noodles? Or are we not going to eat noodles? What are we doing?"
To observe all these.
No, I'm trying to present. Did we bring the Doritos? Are we going to eat? What are we eating today? Well, I'm here for the mukbang.
You're wasting my time.
That's me. Todd Phillips knocking on the door. Yeah, I'm here for the mukbang.
Unwell, disoriented beings roam the internet in search of stories, ideas, rivalries, where they feel encouraged and engaged.
Do you think
I'm not sports entertained?
Do you think he had the script written and taped it to the front of the panda mask inside? So he's
really close.
Yeah, so
super close.
It's like right here, and he's reading it.
He would need a light in there.
Yeah. Fuck, it went out. It overheated. It's on standby again.
Where they involve themselves with the stories and become a product of influence.
What?
Thirsty for a distraction from time unspent, spoiling their minds, yet stimulating them at the same time.
Why do we get this?
It's brilliant. And it's dangerous.
How long is this video?
We're skipping it. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
To consume.
Here we go.
So I am the villain because
Hot dog. This was his big announcement. This was his big master plan. This is actually like insane. It truly is nuts. 2 years ago, he made a video that he was always 2 steps ahead. And so people were like, oh, he must be working on something behind the scenes. You know, maybe he's going to lose weight or something like that. But then he just kept putting out videos and people kind of forgot about it. He filmed 2 years worth of videos in advance and then stopped making videos and lost 250 pounds in 2 years and then just showed back up and said, ha ha, I got you, you son of a bitches.
That's very interesting, but also you didn't get.
Yeah, I mean, why would we assume that you would film 2 years of videos in advance? That's a nutty thing to do.
That's not a gotcha.
No. No, and also, I don't like that he goes like, this was all a social experiment. Like, no, like, You didn't gain the weight as part of a social experiment. Like maybe you lost the weight and you considered that a social experiment, but like for it to be a social experiment, this would have had to have been something that you planned from the very beginning. But I do not believe that he planned to gain all the weight. He just made a plan to lose the weight. And so maybe
what was the experiment on the audience?
Maybe
exactly?
the experiment was that like he would make a whole bunch of videos where he was breaking down and people would talk about him breaking down, but little would they know he was breaking down a long time ago, not right now.
My experiment. I made you believe I was going crazy, but I really wasn't. And you all believed it.
Yeah, like he kind of still comes across as like a in really good shape guy who's still kind of toxic. Like, you know,
Made myself one. And you will continue to consume these stories about me.
What?
Year
Put it out there.
after year after year.
I also I never like that when people become like lol cows and they're like, yeah, but if I wasn't awesome, you wouldn't be watching. And it's like, no, like if I self-destructed and just decided to broadcast live every day in the middle of my life falling apart. Hot dog, you know me, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know my family.
Mm-hmm.
You care for us, don't you?
Sure.
If my life was falling apart and I decided it's a good idea to live stream it, would you watch and enjoy?
I can't say I would enjoy
Bro,
it.
you'd be Biggie with the popcorn.
I can't. Well, no. I can't
Yes,
say
you
I
would, and you'd be texting Travis about it. Yes, you would.
I would. I would watch it. I would not enjoy what I'm seeing.
You would enjoy it. You would text Travis. You would eat the popcorn like Biggie, and then you would try to pull me aside.
I'm super chatting in.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you would try to pull me aside and be like, homie, you got to get your shit together. You would do all of those things. And I think that that's fine. I think that's what makes you a normal human being. But this idea that people like fall apart and people keep watching them and then they go, aha, but see, I'm the smart one. No,
dude. Yeah, no. We watched it because it was entertaining and you didn't get us, but you surprised entertained us. Like, okay, what's the point here? It was still entertaining.
Yeah. And it's an incredible story. It's nuts that you filmed 2 years of content and secretly lost 250 pounds. That's incredible. But to come on like a supervillain is already like, all right, I don't think I'm interested. You know? Like,
yeah, the shooting 2 years of stuff, that's really cool. And he could have revealed that in a not smug, douchey way.
Yeah. B-Herb wants to know if I'm going to come on next week with a panda head on and take it off and all my hair will be back. That would be great. That would be great if I got with you and Jim and WWE, everybody that I do shows with. And I was like, look, I'm going to Turkey to get my hair done. I want to shoot 3 months of shows as if I always have. And then I want to appear again 1 week with my new turkey hairdo.
Just the next day.
Yeah.
1 day later.
And I'm like, it grew back. Hair grows back. It's what happens.
Or you just come in next week with an announcement that Hot Dog was passed away 2 years ago, actually.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Hot Dog's been gone for a long time.
we just banked these in.
Yeah. Mike Montone's like, well, who have I been doing these bits about then? Oh. All right. Now, before we're going to, just so you know, the rule of Sam Roberts Now, every super chat will get read. Here on Sam Roberts Now, every super chat. Wow.
Acknowledged.
Sorry, Hot Dog. I always misspeak. Every super chat will be acknowledged. So if you'd like to add in to tonight's program, super chat it in and we'll acknowledge it. We're going to keep going for a little bit because right before we do super chats, I do want to talk about a film that I've been wanting to talk about. We weren't on last week. That was when I wanted to talk about it. However, we're on this week, and it being Friday the 13th, I couldn't not do a little bit of movie talk. You know what? I love my movie talk. I'm sure I'm going to watch Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan at some point this evening. It's going to be a banger of a SmackDown. I'm already assuming I'm going to have to do an emergency podcast after So maybe
Right.
after the pod, that's when we get to Friday the 13th, part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan.
But first, Not Sam movie review.
Yes.
Hit the graphic.
Da, 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 da. By the way, it would have been nice if you had created one.
I did create one.
Oh, back in the day. That's right. We tried a lot of stuff
You SOB.
during the content initiative.
Right?
It was the
we still
pandemic.
have Not Sam Gaming ready to go.
Yeah, that's because you want me to do a gaming thing.
I do. I'll start a channel. You join, but let's go. Movie review.
Okay. So I want to talk to you about this movie, Strange Darling. I went to see Strange Darling in the cinema. Now, we're not going to spoil it because this is a movie that a lot of the reviewers, I think it might even be on the poster. One of the most fascinating, no, that's not it. Sublimely brilliant. You must go in blind. This is what people are saying. To watch this movie properly, you must go in blind. And I don't know if blind is the right word, but at least don't have your glasses on. You know what I mean? To go in. Yes.
Can't see anything.
We do know this is a thriller, right? Not a supernatural thriller. I talked to you about Long Legs and why I didn't love I don't love supernatural elements unless it's a straight up supernatural movie. And that's what I paid my ticket for. Like I go in going, okay, I'm here to see, Ed and Lorraine Warren get a demon out of the house. Like if that's the
You don't want
case,
to be surprised at supernatural.
no, because then I'm like, oh,
it's cheap. It's a cheap out.
right, yeah. It was like when I watched the first episode of Lost, and there was a polar bear running through the jungle, and I was like, oh, we could just do anything then. Okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right. I'm not watching this show. But Strange Darling takes place in the real world, very realistic. Basically, without giving anything away, it's the story of a man and a woman who meet up for a romantic encounter. And what follows is one of the most insane, violent nights in today that anybody could ever expect to see. It's amazing. And the reason that you go in blind is because the story kind of brilliantly unfolds in a way that's only possible if it's told the way it's told. So from the beginning, it's set up that the movie is in chapters and little chapter screens pop up. First of all, it's shot in 35 millimeter film. And to some of you, that'll mean nothing. But even if it doesn't mean anything to you, when you see it, visually, you can see like it's got that old kind of warmer feel that some of the thrillers and horror movies of yesterday might have had. But it's separated. The story is separated into chapters, and the chapters are told out of order. Now, doesn't make it confusing at all. But what it does, in a way, yes. But Tarantino is more directly like reverse. Like it starts here and then it goes back. Like this is more like, here's chapter 3, here's chapter 5, here's chapter 2, here's chapter 6, here's chapter 4. You know what I mean? Like it's all mixed up. But what it does is it allows the reveals to happen organically. Like they would in it happened. The reveals come together as they would in life. But you don't see them on the screen until tension has been built and relationships have been built, and it counts. It makes these reveals count. And I didn't walk in going, yeah, this is going to be my movie. Sometimes you walk in like, I'm wearing the shirt. Maxine, I walked in. I said, this is my movie. I can't wait. And I was happy with it. I was thrilled. This one, I said, I'll give it a try. People are talking about it. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. And you naturally start to think about where it's going and why certain things are happening. And okay, I realize the chapters are out of order. So maybe that's going to happen there. And this is going to happen there. I hope that this isn't just being done for artsy reasons. You always worry that it's just like a filmmaker was given freedom. So he's exercising freedom for the sake of freedom, as opposed to exercising freedom for the sake of making the story better. And I am thrilled to tell you that freedom was exercised for the sole purpose of making the story not just better, but so much better. I will tell you that it is not scary. in the sense of like, I don't know. I don't know what movies scare people. I think it's a weird thing when you ask a horror movie, oh, well, is it scary? I don't know. Are you asking, are there jump scares? Are you asking like, is there a killer on the loose? I don't exactly know what you're asking when you're asking, is it scary?
Right.
But
I couldn't name one right now that was like,
I don't know. We're adults. What do you mean scary movie? Like we're grown-ups, you know?
So scared.
Yeah. But it is thrilling. And as a thriller, I found myself thrilled, you know? I thought I thought it was great. I was so invested. And by the end, I was like, God damn, I love this. I'm having the best time ever. I mean, I'm thinking back. Oh, your lights went out. That's scary. That's scary. We're doing a horror movie. Yeah.
Oh, now you can see my teeth.
Yeah. This is like the Babadook. Yeah, I am going through all the movies that I went to see over the summer. And man, I might say that Strange Darling was my favorite movie all summer. I saw Maxine.
All summer.
I think
so.
Maxine. I saw Maxine. I saw Longlegs. I saw a ton of movies. I did pretty well this summer when it came to seeing movies. And I really think Strange Darling might take that #1 spot. Because it's just so uniquely told. And it's one of those movies where, like, there's a reason for it to be. Like, the people who made this movie made it because they wanted to tell a story, not just because they wanted to, let's just make a movie. You know, it's like, it's one of those things that feels like, okay, you've really created something that didn't exist before it. I feel like once it's out there, streaming and on home video and stuff, I'm going to watch it many times. I also feel like, even though there are some questionable scenes, some sexuality, some violence, it is a movie you could take a date to that's not necessarily into like the most gory horror movies, you know, because there is, it's a story, you know.
I'll put this one down with the missus.
That's right. But I really enjoyed it quite a bit. It's a small movie, so if you can still find it in theaters, go see it in theaters. And if not, I'm sure it'll be streaming soon. Like, but I would make a point to see it if you enjoy like sort of genre-y, thriller-y. It is a very genre-y movie. It's not a thriller like a sort of mainstream detective thriller. It's far more based in genre, which is good. I love that stuff.
Would you say this year has low-key been pretty good for horror movies?
Yeah. I think they figured out, I think it was right around the time that Megan came out. I think that studios figured out that, okay, Marvel is losing its grip a little bit. Every now and then we still get a hit, but Marvel's kind of losing its grip. What do we have that's going to keep us alive? Well, we got these low-budget, high-concept horror movies. And when they don't work, we don't lose our shirt. But when they do work, we make a boatload of cash. And they don't have to make $1 billion to work. If one of these
movies... You don't need A-listers.
No. If one of these movies... Like, if this movie made $30 million, that's a hit. Right? Yeah. So, yeah, I think studios... I think horror movies have done a lot to get that shot in the arm back for theaters while Marvel is putting themselves back together. And it seems
I think it's this. It's like the Oscar baits, you know, that come out at the end of the year, and then it's horror movies because like comedies are kind of just like streaming services now. You're not like going to the theater for that.
The nostalgia stuff, like Beetlejuice.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I saw Wolverine and Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. I mean,
you're not going to go to the theater to go see a comedy. Not in 2024.
No, I watch cock blockers at home.
Yeah.
And I love John Cena.
But people who like horror movies, it's not like they love it enough to go to the movies. Like if you're into horror, like you're going to go to cinema.
It's so good in the theater. It's so good.
You're eating this year.
Oh, I'm eating. We're all eating. When I eat, everybody eats. But I need you guys to feed me. And you can do that through Super Chats. Every Super Chat will get acknowledged here on.
This man needs to pay off his iPhone 15.
That's
y'all.
right.
He's broke.
That's right. Hey, James Malaspino says we survived Biden doing a 9/11. Never forgot. Never forget. Yeah. I was really worried yesterday. He said, I'm going to go do. I was like, I knew he was mad. I didn't know he was that mad. B Herb says, is Sam interviewing? Oh yeah, we got that one. Just in case says, Sam, how long can you last without using a phone? You mean in the bedroom? I gotta get that those adult websites up on the thing. No, I don't. If my phone's near me, I'll be on it. But also, if I leave my phone at home, I won't even turn back to get it. Like I'm not. Like
that's wild.
Yeah. If I leave,
I can't imagine that.
Yeah, I love that. If I leave my phone at home, I'm like, well, it wasn't meant to be this time. But yeah, I'm also always like hustling, always grinding. Don't forget about the grinding part too. I'm putting up clips and stuff like that. There's always something going on. Fishing for likes, Let's see. Bad guy Rob. After watching last week's satisfying episode, I immediately ran to Costco and bought a membership. You and Nicole brought the boom. Well, while you're there, I would get to try the double chunk chocolate cookie. We went back in this week on Satisfying and went deeper into the Costco, guys.
You're welcome, because I told you.
Told me what?
I told you he was a wrestler.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay, you should.
He was a wrestler. I have his name written down somewhere. I don't know if I have that pad near me, but we
the
went
American Power Child.
Yeah, something. Eric Justice, the American Power Child.
Yeah,
is that it?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. He is a power child too. Yeah, check out the Satisfying podcast Nicole Biggins and myself do. This was a real good one this week. We also got deep into the Kendrick Lamar stuff and the Super Bowl. You can get it on the Satisfying podcast YouTube page or listen to it wherever you get podcasts. Rob also says, I give Hot Dog 5 big dooms. Doom. That's not nice.
No,
that's not that nice. Wiedenhoff says, hey, Sam, of all the things wrestling has allowed you to do, where in the top 5 is getting to know Lars from Rancid? Also, Hot Dog, if you're broke, just say.
It does look like I'm going through some struggles today.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Look, I have to tell you, hanging with Lars down on 6th Street, we knew that I was in trouble. Hanging with watching WrestleMania in person, WrestleMania 40 this year with Lars from Rancid, and Lars going, bro, Cody's the heel here. Roman rule. Lars and I were, I swear to God, just sitting there while everyone was cheering for Cody. It was me and Lars from Rancid that were just like, Roman shouldn't lose. I was like, Lars, Roman should not lose. And Lars said he absolutely should not. I'm not ready for Roman to lose.
It's not the right time.
It's not the right time. That's what me and Lars were saying.
Get out of here.
I mean, it's awesome. It's an awesome thing for somebody I was listening to Rancid when I was in like 7th grade. It's amazing. Paul writes in, here's $5 to show how little apathy I have today. That's very, very good. Very good. Look at you being a human being. B Herb writes in, this money is for Hot Dog's electric bill. It's $1.99.
Very much appreciated. I think it's a little bit more than that, but every dollar helps.
Can you imagine? You get a nice new camera. You get new lighting. You buy a phone, and it leads people to think that you're broke. Did you ever
think, no, this is all I need
in a million years? With everything you had set up, did you ever think, oh, people are going to think I'm broke after this?
Thanks to you, not people, because you put that out there.
Okay, this is an F, Marry, Kill for Hot Dog.
Okay.
Shannon Sharpe, Nikocado Avocado, pre-weight loss, or Angie. F, Marry, Kill. Angie, the former love of your life.
Wow.
Former love of your life, who friend-zoned you with the severity I've never seen in my life.
I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, very much so. Nikocado Avocado, pre-weight loss, or Shannon Sharpe. And we know how Shannon Sharpe does his thing.
Yeah. So I'm going to fuck Shannon Sharpe.
Because you know.
Because and I want to hear my name on that live. You
That's
know?
cool. That's cool. Hot
Well, I want
dog.
people to figure, and they're gonna think it's a girl too.
Yeah.
Cheyenne. So we'll go that. We're going to, because we can't live without his amazingness, we're gonna marry Nikocado Avocado. And unfortunately for Angie, that means she's gotta go.
That's a bummer. That's a bummer. That's a bummer.
And that was a tough one too.
I get it, because you want to be a part of the next big Nikocado Avocado plan. The next big
Social experiment.
The next big social experiment.
Now, before you wrap up, though, I feel like if anyone didn't get their super chat read, because I feel like I saw 2 super chats and then I refreshed it and it wasn't there. I don't know if you see anything, Sam, but I mean, maybe it's gone. I don't know. I think I saw 2, but it was like on top.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's weird. Not Sam Lehman's didn't. I don't have it to pop up on the screen, but I see it. Not Sam Lehman. Thank you, Hot Dog. Said, I want to see Hot Dog pull a Shannon Sharpe, but it's mostly him apologizing.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Inward writes in, you should get NFL Red Zone. It's the best way to watch the foosball. I mean, I think I'm still pretty well satiated the way I'm watching.
Red Zone's a lot, I feel like.
Yeah, right now I think I'm okay. Although we've already, and how I roll, Hot Dog. I like to step up my game every chance that I get. And this season is the gambling season.
Yeah. You're down. Are you down or are you up?
No, I'm up, but the Giants screwed me over pretty. Yeah, they did pretty heavily.
Yeah, I don't know that much about football, but I know that tends to happen.
The Giants screwing people over?
Yeah,
it does. Well, I'll tell you, we'll never do that to you guys. You can bet on us. And you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot. Hey, you got 5 styluses. You might as well use them. By the way, that stylus thing comes from the original iPhone. I'm going to cheers with you later.